So, if you watched last week's video, you'll know what's coming. Yes, as I said last week, we are going hedge cutting. Got some quite major main roads to do. Ideally, yes, it would have been better to do it yesterday, but won't bore you with the full details. But basically, I've had to get her insured, which, if you've ever tried to insure a tractor on a Sunday, it's not happening. It's just not happening. So yes, everything else is I've got insured, is insured with NFU, so I thought just ring them this morning, get it sorted. Few issues with that. Number one, the van, Puma and all that lot is all insured as HS Agricultural, because that's what the vehicles are all registered to. They're registered to the business, not to me personally. Her, on the other hand, was registered to me. So it couldn't go on that in policy, which meant having to speak to somebody else. I then made the mistake of, when they asked for any modifications, I mentioned that she has a straight pipe, she has a front strobe on the front. That led down a whole new rabbit hole as well, and having to go back and deal with things and call me back. And basically my hope was to be on the hedges for about 9-10 o'clock this morning. Yeah, it's going to be knocking on the door at midday. Fantastic. So, as you can tell, I'm probably in a bit of a rush to get going, so get fired up and get her out of the shed, and let's get down there. So we're on it. Got 2 passes up here done already, so I've just got to put a shoulder on the 3rd pass and then top it. But this goes all the way round to the bridge. We've only done up to that sign. Not going to record much on here, just because this is a very, very busy main road, and being right on the bend with them flying past could do with keeping me wits about me. Right, that'll do. We are off that nasty main road now, and we've just got this little bit here to do now for this job. So I just need to take a wander because there's a bit few twigs and branches on the footpath I just want to get rid of. But we are done on the bit that I didn't want to do. Gotta admit, she's looking well. Bit of edge bashing on her, let her know that she's been working. Okay. Yeah, bit of a oil leak on the PTO seal. Keeping an eye on. Right, go finish tidying my mess up. So, it's not the prettiest of jobs, but it was never going to be. The edges not been cutting that long. It's basically just trying to get a basic bit of shape back to it. So hopefully next year she'll look better. Like I say, we're on a private track now. We've got a little bit more leeway. Yeah, that main road wasn't a great deal of fun to do. It's done though, that's the main thing. I'd have liked it to be tidier, but the trouble is, because of the fact that the hedge hasn't been cutting that long, it's just gone straggly. There's not really enough to make a shape out of, if you know what I mean. So we're just roughing off the top of this now. We'll start building a bit of shape into this. Should get this one certainly a lot better, or at least a lot less worse. Would like to make a nice job of this one. Unfortunately, there's a tank of some description actually down in the yard, which means I'm not going to be able to cut the whole edge. It's just going to have to be whatever I can reach, but I was already warned about that, so it is what it is, kind of thing. Tree, but it's looking pretty dead, so I think it's going to go. So I've not got to come back and have a stab at that inside or outside. That's outside. another run. So it's starting to look a bit like a hedge again. What's this gate over? I'm not hedgebashing there. Past it. It's a little tour for just one side and one shoulder pass, so I'm just having to do like an in-between. I'm taking the bottom out, taking the shoulder out, and then there's just a bit of a whipped bit in the middle. You can just see sort of there, just tidying that up now. Smurf on hedge cutter actually. Visibility is very good. Edge cutter sits very solidly on the linkage. Massey, because of the linkage design in the Massey and also the wear in the linkage on the Massey, never just sat solid. When you swung it round, it sort of lumped over, whereas Smurf's got it. And of course, sort of weight in the back, weight in the track to keep things solid as well. Make where he went again. Get the hedge off the gate a little bit. So ideally I want to cop out, but I don't know whether I've got the room. I certainly haven't got the room through the gateways. Down the track at all, and I have spotted bits and pieces that I'd prefer not to put in the hedge cutter. The odd concrete block and stuff like that. that's it. Job's jobbed on this one. On to the next one, I suppose. So, on to the next one. Not bad views up here, to be fair. So we didn't edge cut yesterday. Back on it today though. This is where we finished off. Yes, day before yesterday. So quite happy with that. It's got quite a nice bit of shape to it, to be fair. So we've got quite a bit still to do. It's not exactly ideal weather, but yeah, we've got all down here to do and all that, so get fired up and get it down on the edge, I suppose. Right. Oh. We're all warmed up, greased up. I've only greased the rotor, everything else is fine. Need to grab my bag. And shut the sunroof. Let's try and get a good picture for the thumbnail. So we're getting there with this edge now. Just reaching over the far side of it, trying to sort of tidy up all the strain you can see up there. Better be going on this edge, to be fair. I've had to come down again just to keep everything running a bit smoothly. No getting away, that's something that I say it so often, that is somebody to look down. So it's another stretch done. I'd like to have got them bits off, but she'll only reach so far. And she wouldn't reach that far. So, getting there now. Small stretch holly here to do on my left. And then another big tall bit of holly to do just round the corner on the right. So you've been asking for the edge cutting video for long enough. So there you are, Smurf's edge, been edge cutting. It gets everywhere. So I've got to admit, I do quite like her on the edge cutter. She's a strong built enough tractor. She doesn't seem to get smashed up like some of the modern ones do. Linkage is good and strong, and the tractor's weighty in the right place. So it's things like down here, it's a round hole going through the whole lot, rather than most of them have the slotted bit that they just after a while they get wear on them and it can just move around. We do have an issue to take care of that I need to figure out. There is a definite leak around there somewhere. I think it's leaking sort of here somewhere, so I'd end up having to have a pull-off session on that, see what we can find. That's rubbing a bit. But no, on the whole, gone on well. Bit of a leak on that ram. Might need to get resealed at some point, but not too bad. I do think, somehow, that top link's shortened because the edge cutter does see it. I got it set pretty level and it seems to have crept sort of over that way. But anyway, immaterial, she's done well. So we've had a good few days on it. All's gone all okay. So we're going to call that video done. So as always, if you enjoyed the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you like merchandise, the link for the shop will be in the description. There's also non-HS agricultural stuff on there that there'll be something for everyone. If you want to go have a look, the comment section is down below if you'd like to say hello to me or anybody else on there. And of course, don't forget to look after yourselves and don't forget to look after each other. And we'll see you next week.